Yo, it's your brother Saint Patrik, and you here with the illest lines.
Hey, what's good, everybody? This is your B fam, Daniel Anthony, coming to you with another episode of the Illest Lines, where I talk about my favorite lines from certain songs. And on today's episode, I got a young gentleman with me that, I won't say he's brand new in CHH, but he's definitely starting out with a hammer, to be honest with you. So I want you to do me a favor and give it up for Saint Patrik. So first of all, I just want to tell you, I appreciate you being on this with me, man. It's been actually a while, man. I've been wanting to get you on here. Schedule's been kind of crazy, probably for both of us. You know what I'm saying? And but
Yeah.
um, but yeah. So one thing I wanted to find out first was it seems like you're younger than me, but just in case there's something in the water or whatever, how old are you, man?
Oh man, I'm 33, man. 33,
Oh, okay.
man. What is it? Circa 87.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Oh,
man.
okay. See, I was gonna say like late 20s, so I made you a little bit younger than I thought you were.
Hey, man. Hey, it happens.
But
It happens.
but that's cool, man. One of the things I did notice is that I know you had something under prophecy. Was that correct?
Yeah. That was when I was going under prophecy, the Holy Ghost writer. When
Right,
I first
right,
started, doing CHH,
right, right.
and you know, recently, like last year, I would say like last year, God kind of dealt with me
Mm,
and changing my name and stuff. But
right.
yeah, I released like at least I released 3 mixtapes and an
Mm-hmm.
album under prophecy.
Right,
And Saint Patrik, I only released one album.
right,
So my most recent work is under Saint Patrik.
right. Yeah, I remember that one was straight and narrow, right? Correct? Under prophecy, right?
Yeah, man. I wish I could have did that album differently.
Oh, I feel we
The
all
straight and
kind of
narrow. I wish
learn.
I could have did it
Yeah,
differently.
yeah, most definitely. We all kind of learn from previous stuff. I had one project that I put out in, I want to say it was like maybe '06, and looking back on it, I'm like, man, there could have been something done a lot better to it, whether it be mixing or whatever else, you know what I mean? So we kind of learn from as we grow, which is good because we got to grow anyways.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, but one thing I wanted to find out though was like, when did you get first caught up in music, and who were your influences?
Oh man. When I first started listening to music, well, music was introduced to me in church. Like I grew up in church. So my mom was a choir director
Oh, okay.
and my dad was a pastor.
Oh,
So,
nice.
you know, choir songs like Kirk Franklin,
Oh, peep
Fred
that.
Hammond, Donnie McClurkin, the
Yeah,
Clark sisters.
yeah.
I mean, the whole nine. I'm talking church songs
Mhm.
24/7, 24/7. So that
Got
was
you.
that was my
Got you.
my only that was my only access to any type of music. And then one day, you
Hmm.
know,
Right.
I think my brother, my older brother was visiting from Detroit, and
Hmm.
he turned on BET. And and then now this is me, a pastor's kid. I'm like what? I'm like I'm about 12 years old. I'm about 12 years
Right.
old. And my older brother is just introduced. Just now getting introduced to rap music. So my first
Wow.
experience with rap music was Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life. That was the first
Wow.
that was the first rap song
Right.
I ever really listened to. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, okay.
when you really listen, like that was the first, like I've heard rap before, but like
Hmm.
the first rap song I ever really listened to was Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life.
Right. Wow. Wow.
And ever since then I just was like, I want to be a part of that. Like I want to, whatever he's
Mhm.
doing, however he did
Yeah.
this, I want to be a part of that. Like, you know what I mean? Just because I saw the
Yeah.
artistry and like, and I never seen like how, like in the music video, how the world was being portrayed, and like what do you say,
Right.
like you see little kids, you see kids in stores stealing, and people on the blocks and corners and stuff. All that stuff was new to me.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this Hard Knock
Right. Right.
Life video, like, is this how people live in the world? Like, I was like, like, is this serious? So I was just hooked. I was hooked on rap music ever since then. So,
Wow.
so yeah, that was pretty much it for me.
Right. Right. So in seeing that, then did you ever start to feel like I'm not sure if I should, or was it that newness of it all that just made you feel like, okay, I know there's something different between this world and the world I'm living in, but there's something there still that was drawing you to it. So I'm assuming it wasn't the lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? But in general, was it just the vibe of it all?
Oh, really, really, it was everything. Like like once, like it's like rap music is crazy, is because like once you get a dose of it, it's like a, I don't know, it feels like it's like a drug, man. Like I don't want to I don't want to make it that
Yeah,
extreme,
yeah. I knew you would say
but
that.
to me as an artist,
But
like it
that's what it
is
is,
like
yeah.
but it's like when you get that for now, you want more, and it's like, man, I gotta find more of this. I gotta recapture this feeling that this song gave me. So then you check out
Right.
different songs and other songs and different artists and other artists. The next thing you know, I'm building this collage of music in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is I can never listen to it, and I would like have to sneak off and listen to it.
Right,
Like I would
right.
have to sneak off. I remember I got in trouble because I had Kanye West's College Dropout album, and my
Mm.
mom's found out that I was listening to it, and she got mad and broke it.
Oh,
So I
wow.
was like, so I had to be real discreet with the music and everything. As far as I was addicted to everything, like
Right.
the lifestyle of it, like everything, the women, all that. Like this is look, listen, I'm
Yeah.
I'm 12, man. Like I'm 12
I
years
feel you.
old at this time, so I'm not knowing how the world works, and this is all,
Right.
everything is all brand new. So it's like you want to try it, you want to see what it is. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So you
Mhm.
want to try it and you want to see what it is, and I was like, and I just got, I don't know, man. I just got caught up into it. I just got caught into it, and
Yeah.
I just got stuck. I stayed,
Yeah. Right. Oh, okay.
but but then as I got older and as I decided to, like, cause I wasn't saved then, so it was like,
Right.
so I didn't. There was no, so there wasn't any me warring with the spirit, or you know what I'm saying. It was just, you know,
Right.
I was really just in my own mind. I wasn't dealing with God like that. I didn't do that until I
Oh,
got
okay.
older. Then when I got older and I
Right.
decided this is what I want. I want to live for God. I want to do
Right.
what God wants me to do. I was honestly,
Mm.
I was gonna stop rapping completely. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Because I knew I couldn't world. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna do Christian rap because I thought Christian rap was the corniest thing ever. Like I thought Christian, man,
that
listen,
that seemed
I
to be
was the
across the board with
biggest
people. Yeah.
Christian rap I was anti-Christian rap because I
Wow.
thought it was just the corniest. Man, listen, I thought that was the corniest thing ever. Like just even the thought of even
Yeah.
Christian rap. You know what I'm saying? It just was like it was an automatic
Right.
no. So after I
Right.
got
Right.
saved, I was like, no Christian rap. That's no go.
Mm.
So
Wow.
I was just gonna be like,
Wow.
well, no music, no nothing, and no more nothing. And
Right.
then
Right.
God just kind of dealt with
Wow.
me a few months later, and He was just like, no, like it's
Mhm.
you can do it, but you have to do it in a certain way. Everybody has their own path
Right.
and how God calls them to this type of ministry and this type of thing and in this type of field. But
Right.
honestly, to me, it's just it's that's just I mean it's that's how it happened. Like I told God I was gonna stop. I told God no more
Right,
rapping. I'm
right,
not gonna rap. I'm not gonna do. I didn't because I didn't want any ties with the world. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And then
right, right,
you,
right.
something like Christian rap
And
comes
I,
up, and I brush it off, automatically. Like that's not even real music. That's not even a
right,
real.
right,
That's under the underground. Who's
right,
gonna listen to that? Like
right,
you know what I'm saying?
right, right. And
So
yeah,
yeah, so that was
right.
pretty much it.
And that's understandable too, because you came from a certain perspective where you saw it as one particular thing. It's just like if I only saw, you know, 80s rock music, you know, because I was born into MTV. So if all I saw was just 80s rock music and I never got introduced to Michael Jackson or Prince, that would be like a totally different thing. And it would make me feel a certain
Right.
way, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely understandable how it can help navigate you in a different direction. And it's a good thing that it did have that impact on you, because then we never would have got birth certificate. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. My main influences on music. You mean secular or just Christian influences right now?
Either one, whichever. Yeah.
Um. Okay. Well, when I first started rapping, the people who were out, um, was Jay-Z, of course. That was when I first. I think the Blueprint had been out for a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, Nas, Eminem,
Right.
um, who else? What? 50 Cent, Lloyd
Hmm.
Banks,
Right.
Dipset, all those. Like I just grew up. I was into music during that era.
Right.
Lil Wayne, Kanye West, when like they were just coming out. So like I was a part of
Gotcha.
that era. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like
Right.
I jumped on during that wave. So that was
Gotcha.
that.
Gotcha.
But as far as my Christian influences now,
Hmm.
as far as my Christian influences now that I have musically, I would say I I listen to a lot of Bizzle. I listen to a
Yeah.
lot of um Jackie Hill Perry. I listen to a lot of
Oh, yes.
Seven. I listen to a lot of KB.
Hmm.
Um, the regular guys,
Right.
man.
Right. 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 The ones
The
that
same
make you
people
notice that it's
everybody
not
else is
corny.
listening to. I guess.
Yeah.
Christian rapping isn't that. It's not that big of an ocean.
True. True. But it
Right.
could be considered a
Exactly.
great lake.
Very true. Very true. I love the genre, man. I love Christian rap, man. I love it.
Oh yeah, yeah, most definitely. And it's definitely gotten a lot better. I think the first person I heard first was KJ 52.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, KJ 52 was probably the first one. I don't even remember the name of the CD that I bought from him, but that was one of my first introductions to Christian hip hop, and it was just like, okay,
Yeah, yeah. See, that's the thing, and
yeah,
heard of I haven't heard of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many. The thing is, so many Christian artists
mm,
out there.
right,
It's
right,
so many of them. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
it's just it's thousands of them, and you're really only
hmm,
seeing like maybe 10 or 20 of them, 30 of them, really even. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Even really come out of from behind the curtain and really, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
be in the front like that. It's only that select few.
right. Let's get into the birth certificate though, because I got to tell you, when I first saw you post about it, I think it was last year, and all I remember is when I saw the album cover, man, I was like, this is dope. I thought it was extremely clever. You know what I'm saying? I saw the date on the 2014 date. Was that basically when you accepted Christ into your life?
Yep, that was the day I got saved, man. January 7th, 2014.
Man,
That was the day.
that's
So
dope.
it's
That's dope.
reminiscent to my spiritual birthday
Right,
in
right.
Christ. So that's
Yeah,
why I thought it would be really dope to put that on there.
yeah. And it was definitely real dope. One of the things I loved about the whole concept itself was, you going through everything from, first trimester, second trimester. That I thought not just well, because for me, I look at it as like this. There's a lot of people out there that don't do what people call concept albums. You know what I'm saying? I remember even Beyonce made a comment about that before, about how there's people out there that
Oh
don't
yeah,
they don't really make like project albums no more. They just put out whatever, you know what I mean? So when I see somebody doing it, especially somebody younger than me, I feel like,
right.
man, that's cool, because you see that there's an appreciation for wanting to create a whole body of work that speaks on different levels of where you're at, whether it be spiritually, mentally, or whatever. But that whole entire thing, man, I got caught though. I got caught with a few of them, you know what I mean? Especially with some of your other singles, but "Baby Shower" and "Thoughts," man, those songs are dope, man. I love the just sonically itself. As soon as they start rolling, the different chords and everything,
Yeah.
man. Those two songs especially, those are two of my favorites on there, man.
Oh man, I'm glad you like them. Those are actually two of my favorites too. I mean, I like the whole album, but I got my personal favorites.
Right, right.
Um,
Don't we all,
my
man? We all got our personal favorites.
my personal favorite track on the album is probably "Forgotten,"
Mm,
because think I don't ever think I was that personal on a record
right.
before.
And you could feel that. You could definitely feel that personal touch. Yeah.
Yeah, man, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm definitely glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely.
'Cause it was not easy to make. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna say that much.
I believe that. I believe that, especially when you're digging in personal. Yeah, it's definitely not an easy thing to do. But the good thing is that when you get to the point where you're allowing God to use you, that you're forgetting, not necessarily forgetting, but kind of putting on the back burner, how you feel and what you want, and whether or not you want to tiptoe around stuff, or if you feel like, well, I'm not sure if I want to put this out because of this reason and that reason, but letting go and just allowing God to do what he needs to do in you, so that way people can see exactly what it is that they can experience as well.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to avoid. I wanted to avoid um I wanted to avoid steering away from subjects that were like taboo. You know what I'm saying? Like people can't talk about in
Right.
church, or people usually don't have opinions about, or stuff people usually, it's controversial things that people don't want to talk about, like
Right.
politics, like stuff like politics, stuff like
Yeah.
being pro-black and Christian,
Right.
um
Mhm.
stuff like abortion, stuff like um
Yeah.
like anything. I just wanted to definitely just I
Yeah.
wanted it to really just be relatable. So I tell my story. If I can tell my
Right.
story, it'll reach somebody, period. As long as it'll reach somebody, because it's coming from a personal place. So somebody is gonna get
Right.
touched.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. Most
So
definitely. And
that's
and that
that's
that's a big deal. That's a major deal.
that's the concept I had with it. Like all I could do is speak my
Yeah.
truth, and the truth God gave me, and somebody will gravitate
Yeah.
towards it.
Right. One thing about the song "Church Politics," man.
The devil is coming with opposition. So say the politicking for the politicians. To the lies I never listen. Say the politicking for the politicians.
Now, I kind of want to ask though, like, did you want to put that song out because you felt it was more of a hot topic kind of thing, or was it really something that you felt personally was such a major issue?
It's with church politics. It's stuff I always felt like was a major issue. You know what I'm saying? Like that was something that was always a problem
Yeah.
within the Christian community. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
like in the first verse, you deal with the prideful theologian, the social media warrior who's willing to debate everybody and willing to jump
Right.
into every battle, every debacle on
Right.
Facebook, social media, Instagram, wherever, willing to jump in a debacle just to prove somebody wrong, never really looking to help,
Right.
never really looking to correct, just to say, hey, I'm right, you're wrong. We got those people all the
Right.
time. Believe it or not, I used to be one of
Mm-hmm.
those people, you know?
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean,
I
so
feel
that
you.
kind of came from personal experience. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
So
Yeah.
God allowed me to take a step back and see who I used to be. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, write about him,
Wow.
you know?
Wow. That's deep. Yeah.
And the second verse is because I meet a lot of different Christians from different denominations. You know,
Right.
I meet Christians from all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they're Presbyterians, Methodists, Lutheran, uh
Right.
apostolic, 7-day Adventists, all type of
Mm-hmm.
Baptists, all type of Christian. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that alone, denominations and that focus on denominations alone gets in the way of the gospel,
Right.
gets in the way of what
Sure does.
Jesus died for. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that stuff
Right.
gets in the way. So
Yeah, most definitely.
I kind of wanted to bring it out there. Like I just kind of wanted to put it out there, like not as a hot topic, because I just know it needed to be said.
Right. Right. Most definitely. And it's funny you should mention those the particular part about denominations, because that's the part that I want to bring up, because when I was listening to that stood out to me a lot. So that to me was one of the illest lines when you said,
What set you claiming Jehovah Witness and Lutheran? Every denomination say they got the blueprint. Black people, white people, who you taking with you? Hebrew Israelites make it a race issue. See
that right there was just it was the whole thing in a nutshell. Like if you had to sum up that whole entire song with one particular bar or one phrase, that was it for me, at least.
Oh, definitely, definitely, yeah. So yeah, so it was. I just thought it was. I just thought it just needed to be said, and I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure. I put it out in a way that it could be received, and people won't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People won't. I wanted to stop people from jumping to conclusions, and I wanted to kind of get them to hear the
Right.
entire thing before they make their
Right.
assessment. Like, oh, he's talking about this, he's doing that, he's doing this, he's doing that,
Mhm.
and I didn't want them to just jump into like just like, oh, he's talking about it, he's saying this and he's that. Like
Right.
that's why I painted the picture. That's why I asked, like, what set you claiming?
Mhm.
Jehovah Witness or Lutheran?
Yeah.
Every denomination say they got the blueprint. Black people, white people, who you taking with you? Hebrew Israelites make it a race issue. People want to, what is it? People want to debate when you tell them you apostolic. You know what I'm saying? Like something
Yeah.
like, because it's always something. It's always something. It's you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's everybody thinks they got it right. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? To the point where the message itself gets lost because
Yeah.
everybody's trying to be like, we're right and y'all are wrong.
Right. Right.
Like we treat, you know what I'm saying, Christian denominations like this is like it's gang culture, like it's Bloods and Crips.
Right. I for one appreciate the lengths that you're willing to go when it comes to putting that word out, really, that ministry, you know what I mean, to let people know that, hey, we as Christian, as believers, we feel these things too, you know what I mean? At least
Right.
not to make it sound like this. I mean, okay, well, there's fake ones out there, but at the same time, I don't want to say like it's one of those things where it is going to be continuation of this whole set thing, you know what I mean? But I mean,
Right.
God said it himself in 1 Corinthians about speaking the same things and having no division. You know what I mean? And
Right.
if people really
That's in First
concentrated
Corinthians.
on the word
First
itself,
Corinthians
they
1
would
and 10. I
realize,
believe.
oh, wait a minute, shoot, maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe all these different denominations are wrong. So let me see what I could do about finding some place that doesn't speak on denominations. You know what I'm saying? And that's also one of the things that keeps people from wanting to go to church to begin with. You know what I mean? Or even read
Exactly.
the
And
scripture, you know?
exactly. That stuff takes people out of the out of the out of the whole God concept, because it's like if people see us fighting amongst each other about
Right.
what's the right way to, you know what I'm saying, do a
Mhm.
certain thing, then it's like we spend so much time debating with each other on how to do it that we don't
Right.
do it at all. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
We're not worshiping, we're not praying, we're not doing nothing. It's just we're just arguing about how it should be done.
Right. Exactly.
You know, the first Christian rap artist I ever heard was The Truth.
Really? Okay.
And it was just one song. It was a one song. I don't
Right.
remember the album. I don't
Right.
remember the song. I just
Mhm.
remember one line. I just remember one line from that
Yeah.
song. And I was like, Christian rap might not be that bad.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
was like, what was the line? He said, he's like, you probably know the song. If I say the line, you probably
It's
know the
possible.
song.
Yeah.
He says, the media he said, what did he say? He says the media keeps feeding us lies and we just eat it up like medium fries. And I was like, oh, it was ill. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it was a pleasure chopping it with you. We got to do
Yeah,
this
man.
again, dude. We gonna
Most
have to
definitely.
do this again.
Most definitely.
We gonna
I
have to.
appreciate your time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's all good. Look, I'm not busy like this every weekend, man. It's like, you know, just kicking it with my bro. You know, he got, you know, stuff he
Right.
gotta do, and you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
we just mobbing out here together. So it's just one of them
All good.
days. I
Family
know
first. Family
I
first.
didn't even know it was gonna I was gonna be out here like this. But it's all good,
Word.
man.
Awesome. Well, all right, man. I appreciate your time, and we can get chopping up on some other stuff later on. And honestly, if you ever need anything from me, just let me know, bro.